Hi and welcome back to the channel on our continuing voyage to become better blues players. For those who are new around here, my name is Mark, and in this video we're going to be looking at more ridiculously easy blues licks. I recently made a video called something like how to play your first blues solo, ridiculously easy blues licks in A minor pentatonic. And the idea was that if you'd never played the blues solo before, if you didn't know, you just wanted to learn your first licks and actually play like a proper solo, it was kind of like the easiest licks I could come up with in order to do that. Anyway, that video turned out to be quite popular, got quite a lot of views, so I thought I'd do a follow-up to it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the ideas that were in that video and kind of build on them. Now, you don't have to have seen that previous video in order to get something useful out of this video, but if you haven't seen it, I would encourage you to go back and have a look at it because it really does kind of lay some of the foundations down. So the way this video is going to work is I've got more really easy blues licks assembled into a guitar solo so that you can learn them and play them over the backing track. There is a backing track included. We're using the same backing track as last time, so these will fit nicely mixed in with those other licks from the other lesson. But the idea is that they're just really simple, so if you're a bit more experienced player, you'll learn them really fast. If you're a beginner, these are ideal to kind of dip your toe in the water of blues solo, for want of a better expression. Anyway, that's kind of enough waffling by me. The way the video is going to work, you'll see me play all the licks over the backing track to make an example solo. Then on the other side, we'll come back, we'll look at the licks and the example and the techniques used, and I'll teach you all the licks, break them down one by one so you can play them yourself. Okay, so with that, here's the licks over the backing track, here's the solo. Okay, so there you heard all the licks over the backing track, so you can see the kind of these really simple licks. Now, in the previous lesson, we looked at A minor pentatonic, what we call box position 1, which goes like this. Okay, and all the licks were made using that that scale shape from, that was the previous video. If we take those notes, those 5 notes of the A minor pentatonic, which is an A, C, D, and an E, you'll find that you can actually play them up around the 10th fret as well, between the 8th and 10th fret. This is sometimes referred to as the house of blues because when you play this little shape here, it kind of looks like a little house. Anyway, what we're going to do is these are the notes. Okay, and what we've got is 9th fret on the G string, 8th fret on the B, 10th on the B, and then 8 to 10 on the top E as well. Okay, and if you kind of look at that, it kind of looks like this little house kind of shape, triangle on top and two sides. Anyway, some people see it like that. So the important thing to know is that the 10th fret B string is our A note, this one here. So that's our root note. So that's the note we're kind of going to be hanging on the most. Okay, but that is a little miniature piece of A minor pentatonic, all the notes from A minor pentatonic in one little area. That's actually part of a kind of a wider shape called A minor pentatonic box position 2. You don't need to know that, you just need to know you've got these 5 little notes here. Okay, and that one there, 10th fret B string, is the most important one that we're going to hang on resolve to. Okay, so in the licks, what you're going to hear is 10th fret top E string, you can bend that whole tone. The 8th fret you can bend slightly sharp. The 10th fret B string, leave it alone, just give it a shake. 8th fret B string, you can bend it slightly sharp. 9th fret G string, you can give it a shake, don't bend it at all. That's kind of, they're not hard set rules, you don't have to stick by them, but as a bit of guidance, that's kind of the way I would suggest that you approach this little pattern here. Anyway, that's enough talking. Let's get on with actually the licks themselves. So lick 1 is our intro lick, and it goes like this. Okay, and this comes in immediately before the solo starts. So you want to hit the 10th fret B string as the solo comes in. So it's kind of like this: 1, 2, 3. Okay, and what we're doing is we're sliding into 9th fret G string, then we're hitting 8th fret top E, bending it slightly sharp before hitting the 10th fret B string. So the first 3 notes go like this, and then we end the lick just by grabbing 8th fret top E string and just kind of snapping it slightly sharp and just playing it quite short. Okay, so whole lick played nice and slow. So that was lick 1, nice and easy. Lick 2 now goes like this. Okay, and I'll do it nice and slow. So it starts with hitting 8th fret on the B string twice, both times just pushing it slightly sharp, before landing 10th fret B string. Remember, that's our root note, that's our home, our safe place where we're going to spend most of our time. Then what we're going to do is top E, 8th fret, bend it slightly sharp, back to 10th on the B. Okay, and when you're resting on that 10th on the B string, just give it a nice little shake. Okay, so the whole lick nice and slow. Okay, lick 3 now is where we're approaching the D chord. So what we're going to do is we're going to start targeting this D note, which is 10th fret of the top E string, and we're kind of going to approach that by hitting 10th fret A string, 10th fret on the B string twice, before then targeting this D note up here. So the actual lick goes like this. Okay, and by the time we got to the end of the lick, we've actually landed back onto the A chord, so that's why we then end the lick on this nice A note 10th fret B string. So let me play the lick nice and slow. Okay, so we're starting hitting the 10th fret B string twice, before then hitting 10th fret top E string twice. Like that. Now, it can be, if you're a beginner, actually jumping between the strings using the same finger can be a little awkward. You might want to change fingering slightly to the way I play it and play the first 2 notes with your middle finger and then the next 2 notes with your ring finger. Now you can do that if you want. I personally just prefer to do anything on the 10th fret with the ring finger, anything on the 8th fret with the index finger, and anything on the 9th fret with the middle finger. But if it's a little easier to change the fingering because you're a beginner, that's fine. So where are we? We've done 2 on the 10th fret on the B string, then twice 10th fret on the top E. Then what we're doing is we're coming down to 8 on the top E to 10 on the B. So far we've got this. And then what we're doing is going back up to 8 on the top E to 10 on the B string. And then what we're doing is we're hitting, in fact this next section is a complete repeat of lick 2. So we get this. Okay, so what we're actually doing there is 8th on the B string, pushing it slightly sharp twice, 10th on the B, 8, bend slightly sharp on the top E, land on 10 on the B string. So the whole lick nice and slow. Okay, so that was lick 3. Lick 4 now goes like this. Okay, and this is where the chord progression is now changed to the E chord, so we're going to address that by targeting this E note, which is 9th fret of the G string. And we're going to get there by walking down from our root note, which is 10th fret B string. So what we do is we hit 10 on the B twice, 8 on the B, pushing slightly sharp twice, 9th on the G string. Okay, that little phrase, nice and slow. And then what we're going to do is we're going to run, slide into the 9th on the G string, then hit 8 to 10 twice on the B string. Okay, and that slide into 9 on the G string, I'm not kind of thinking too much about where I'm starting that slide from. I'm more thinking about where I'm ending up, and I'm targeting that 9th fret on the G string. Okay, if you want to know somewhere specific to start from, you could. It would work well to start from the 7th fret of the G string. So you'd be like this. Okay, but I'm not actually thinking where I'm starting from because I'm kind of just coming into it. Okay, so that lick again, lick 4, nice and slow. Okay, and lick 5 now. This is the last lick. This is probably the most challenging one. We start with a bend up to the top E string. So let me play the whole lick for you up to speed. Okay, and let me play it for you nice and slow. Important thing about this lick is that we're ending it on the E note, which is the 9th fret G string, because the underlying chord progression has done a turnaround and it's landed on that E chord. So we want to play something that's going to sound nice with the E chord. What's going to sound nice for an E chord? An E note. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so let me take you through the actual notes. It starts with a bend 10th fret upper whole tone on the top E, then back down to 10 on the E string, and then off to 8 on the E string, back up to 10 on the E, back down to 8 on the E, and then 10 on the B string. So far we've got this. Okay, and then what we're doing is we're playing 8 on the B string, push it slightly sharp twice, then land on 9 on the G string. Okay, so the whole lick nice and slow. And the whole lick nice and up to speed. Okay, so that was the entire lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. Please hit subscribe. I've got tons more videos like this. Please go and check out my other videos as well. If you like this, you'll love those. Big thank you to supporters. Massive thank you to those who support me on Patreon, because actually without that support I couldn't continue making these lessons. So thank you very much. It's massively appreciated. It really is. It's the Patreon supporters who are paying for these continued lessons. So thank you very much for that. And with that, I'll see you in the next lesson.